Hey there, Liam. Long time no see. So cool. So this is your rock lesson. I'm going to go through, so here are 3 main points as I did the last time. I'm going to go through each one. Like I said, if you have questions at the end, have your mom shoot you over a message. I don't mind clarifying anything at all. The 3 things I want to talk about today are some phrasing practice things to do with your pentatonic scales. And then number 2, we're going to talk about full power chords, and then we get the partial power chords, the 1 and the 3. Now we're getting those down a little bit better. We're talking about full power chords, and then you have to find some chords for me. And then lastly, we're going to talk about tier 2 chords, what I call tier 2 chords. It gets us away from just like C, G, what I call vanilla. They're kind of like the, there's nothing wrong with them, but like they're not the most exciting sounds to my ear, at least. So I find these more and more, much more enjoyable to play with rather than just your plain old C and your G chord. Cool, man. Let's go through, go down the list. So A minor pentatonic, right? Remember, it's a root 6 scale, so we find A on the 6th string, right? And what we'll do is take our pick. And what I want you to do when you practice this is, see if I turn on the backing track, right? So I'm gonna move you over here, and let me turn the backing track on here real quick. Let's see, I do A minor pentatonic, A minor backing track, and pick this one, this easy one. And what I want you to practice is that to make us pay more attention to the scale and what we're actually really playing and listening to ourselves play, rather than playing a bunch of sequencing patterns, is I like to play the volume. In practice, crescendoing and decrescendoing through what I'm playing. So if I start real quiet, then decrescendo. And that when I do that, it kind of forces me to listen to myself more. Because it's so easy just to, when you're playing, right? It's kind of like tune out what we're playing. So we practice going. It forces me to really tune into what I'm doing to make sure it's meaningful, to make sure that I'm actually playing along with the backing track. Because it's one thing to go, play that fast stuff, but you want to practice listening to yourself. Be quieter. Right? So if you practice playing with the volume of what you're actually playing, then you're gonna more likely come up with like cooler ideas if you're actually maybe paying attention to what you're doing rather than just kind of mindlessly playing sequences or seeing how fast your fingers can move. Because at the end of the day, no one outside of guitar players cares how fast you can play. They care how musical you play, how in tune are you listening to your own instrument. It's important to listen to yourself while you play. Cool. So that's what I have to say about that. And then number 2, full power chords. So as of so far, we've used just when we did power chords of root 5 and root 6. Say if I go here to 7, this is a fair spot to start. We've been using fingers 1 and fingers 3 to kind of do, right, to do our riffs. Now that you're kind of getting that a bit more under your belt, now it's time to go to the next step with those, which are called full power chords, because here we're doing a partial power chord. We have a root note here in our 5th, and what we're going to do to make this fuller sounding is we're going to take our pinky. I got the diagram right here too, the chord diagram. Feel free to refer to that, but I'll show you what I'm doing with my hand. Is I have here on the 7 and 9, and then pinky goes directly underneath my ring finger. So when I play, versus, to me that sounds, it's a bit more, if I turn the distortion on and use electric guitar, you could definitely hear a huge difference. It sounds much fuller to me. So when you play that, take your pinky and you put it right directly underneath your ring finger. Best buds forever, right? right? Remember all that pinky push-up stuff there? Yeah, it comes back in rock guitar. That's why it's so important to keep with Suzuki stuff, because the stuff that's in Suzuki is in like rock guitar, and it's taught in a logical way. Anyway, enough of my soapbox. Is you're going to practice just getting that on, making sure all the other strings are muted. 3 will ring out, 4 will ring out, and then 5 will ring out. And 6 is just muted. Right? Kind of practice taking it around the fretboard. And then take it to root 6. I think we start at root 6 notes, so you should be able to find these as well. Right? Take it around. That full power chord as you move around. I know you got a classical neck on your guitar, which is, I know, a lot tougher than electric guitar, but think how much easier it will be if you do this on a classical neck. When you go to an electric guitar, it's going to seem like you're skating across the fretboard. So hang in there. Cool. So there's the power chord, the full power chord. First finger is still that root note. Okay. All right. So I have a little puzzle for you that I want you to figure out for me. I haven't drawn them. I just listed the names. There's 4 power chords I want you to find for you for next time. There's 2 on root 6 and there's 2 on root 5. And I want you to locate both of these, all 4 on the 2 different strings. The first one's an F5. I'm dying to play it for you, but I can't, because if I play it for you, that kind of defeats the purpose now, doesn't it? So you have to find me an F5 on the 6th string. You know what to do. All you do is you find where F is on this 6th string. You put your pointer finger there. You put that chord shape down. This is not the spot, by the way. I'm not going to give it away that easy. Is that I'm going to put this chord shape down here, right? That's where F5 is. I'm going to put that chord shape because that note right there is F. Right? Supposedly it's not, but you're going to find it. And then you're going to go to root 5 for the 2nd chord. Get yourself a B flat 5 power chord. Now you know from your music training, your piano and stuff like that, that A sharp and B flat are the same thing. It just depends on our context, what the surrounding chords are. If you're using flats for everything, you use flats. You don't want to mix sharps and flats. So you don't want to say, hey, there's a B flat 5, and then the next measure there's a C sharp 5. Don't do that. That'll irritate your future theory teacher. And then they'll come like looking for me, like, how did you teach this boy how to play? Don't do that. So you'll find an F5 on this root 6. You're going to find a B flat on root 5. So you're going to find where B flat is on the string. Remember, A sharp, B flat, same thing sound-wise, not theoretically the same. So find where that is. And then A flat 5, I want that on root 6, so find where A flat is on your 6th string, and then put that power chord shape in. This is not where it is. You put that shape down, okay? Next thing you find root 5, D flat 5, okay? And I want to hear you play just one strum on each one. And if you do it right, your parents will know what you're playing. Perhaps you, if they play that kind of music around the house, I don't know if they do or not, but your parents will recognize it though, right? And they'll tell you all about flannel and Doc Martens, and let's see what else. Yeah, they'll tell about the Seattle Sound. So anyway, I can't give any more than that because I'll probably give away the answer if your mom or dad are listening. So learn those 4 power chords, find them for me, okay? If you have trouble, come back next week. We will find them together. All right, man. Last thing I want to talk about is those tier 2 open position chords. Like I said before, I like C's nice, D's nice, A's nice. They're nice chords. There's nothing wrong with them, but they don't get my ear the same way that these. It's like they're more complicated, more complex, right? Right? There's more happening there harmonically. Right? I love this. This is kind of like the step into those jazz chords. When we get through these chords and you get through your bar chords, we'll start talking about jazz harmonies that are way. The stuff that Jack Johnson will use. And then a lot of rock players, they use the jazz chords, but they don't use it like jazz. They just use the flavors. It's like fusion. I always think it was like fusion cooking, where it's like you're gonna get Japanese, but then they throw in like some tacos in there or something. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not sure where I was going with that. But anyway, the 4 chords I want you to learn are probably for the next, or not probably, they're gonna be for the next song that we're gonna do. I want you to do E minor 7. I've written it out here for you. You're a smart boy. I think you can figure that out. It's like a G chord, but your second finger goes underneath your first finger, right? So work on that for me. And then the other two chords, D sus, I had so much information for you, I almost took the whole page. We have a D sus4. Don't worry about the name so much right now. There's a theoretical reason as to why it's called that, but it's not important for us playing it today. If you're curious about that, we can start studying theory. Right? You have your D sus4 there, and then it goes to an A7 sus4, right? So the 4 chords. Practice those for me, and then you practice your full power chord, and we're going to find out that what we're going to do next, it all kind of like comes together with those two types of chord shapes, or two types of chords there. Your full power chord and your tier 2 extended harmony chords. Cool, man. That's pretty much what I have time for today. If, like I said, if you have any questions, have your mom or dad shoot me a message over. It does not bother me. If you have a question, and you feel like you're getting frustrated, shoot me a message back. I'd much rather have you take 30 seconds of my time than waste like 3 days of your time. So cool, man. All right, I'll catch you next Tuesday. See you later, man.